Hey, Greg Silva with Black Belt Excellence. We are into August. August is the month of focus. Now we've had week one. Week one, we had them do a power move. And the power move is to explain what focus is. So they're going to focus their eyes, focus their mind, focus their body, sir. It's a power move. It's going to help build up their energy. At the same time, on week one, we taught them that the first one, which is eyes, to keep their eyes on the prize. So we started off with just doing techniques in class. We did some kicks, we did some target work, and the whole idea was to keep their eye on the target. That's keeping the eye on the prize. We tied that in when you're going back to school to keep your eye on the teacher. Don't get distracted by looking one way or the other. You want to make sure you keep your eye on the prize. Again, that's the first part of being focused. Focus your eyes. Well, this week we are now on focusing the mind. We're going to do that by teaching them that where focus goes, energy flows. I really like those verbal responses because that keeps them focused in class. So if you notice that we're using techniques to build focus as we teach focus. So we use this verbal response. You're going to say where focus goes, and they're going to yell back, is where energy flows. Where focus goes, energy flows. Now we're going to just tie this in because we really want to empower our students. This isn't a lecture class. This is a physical class, either on Zoom or in person. They're doing something physical. So I'd like to start with a side kick. I mean, you can do punch block, whatever you want to do, but the focus is really going to be on power of the technique. And that's where we want to show them that that's where our energy has to go. And I would just build the skill. So when you build the skill, you may start off with a side kick, 4 steps. So you go 1, they put the knee up, 2, they kick out, 3, they pull back in, and 4, drop down. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. I used to like to trick the students a little, so I'll make sure they're listening. I'd go 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. So now they really have to listen to you more and focus more. So that's the warm up. And now we're going to start with the kick. It's okay to get power and to really know where our focus is going on this. We want to build more power in our technique. So we're going to step into it. We worked on doing a side kick. Now we're going to step into the side kick. I would do a rear crossover. So if you're kicking with your right leg, teach them to cross behind with their left and then kick up the right leg. So now they're putting some weight behind it. They learn the technique, and now they're putting the weight behind it. So you may want to go back to the question goal where focus goes and they yell back energy flows. So now we're focusing on more power by stepping into the technique. So let them practice a little while. At Zoom, maybe they're doing it in the air. Maybe they have something that they're kicking over. If you have the parents training with the kids, maybe now they're kicking pillows or kicking targets. If they're in your school, they could be in lines, 6 feet apart and then moving across the room. Maybe they're doing 1 kick on the pad, going to the other side of the room. Someone does a kick on the pad, but they get to feel it. And now we're going to build it again. Now we're going to add in some speed. So they have the technique. Now we want to bring it up to performance level. So now they've got the side kick. They're stepping into the side kick. They're stepping in and exploding into the side kick. And then we're going to add one more thing. Now we're going to kick the target, but we're going to penetrate through the target. So our focus is totally on power. We focus on the technique. We focus on stepping into it. We focus on kicking fast. And then we focus on penetrating through the target. So then we say, okay, does everyone feel more powerful? And they go, yeah, I feel more powerful. Man, I can see it. Now we can see it, but when you hit those targets, I can hear that. So I can see it and I can hear that. Hey, great job. But it just shows when we focus on a technique or we focus on power, that's where our energy goes, and that's how we get more out of our technique. Hey, it works in martial arts, but guess what? It also works in school. So if you start thinking about what you learned this week in martial arts, first, keep your eyes on the prize, right? You keep your eyes on the teacher. Next, you keep mentally focused. So you're mentally focused, and that's where your energy goes. It's impossible for someone to think of 2 things at the same time. In other words, if you go to school and you're thinking about what you had for breakfast it's really hard, it's almost impossible for you to concentrate on what the teacher's saying. Or worse, you can think about your breakfast and say, hey, I can't wait till later on after school's all over because then I'm going to play this video game. Hey, you're no longer focused on the teacher, so no energy is going through learning. So that's the class. I think it's totally empowering. The kids get to practice it. They get to learn how focus helps them in martial arts. And now we know we've got to help the parents. Parents are struggling with their kids, especially if they're at home and they're doing Zoom classes and the kids have to stay at that computer for 6 hours. That's tough. It's really easy for kids to lose focus in school. Imagine all the distractions they have at home. You know, things are going on, brothers and sisters are doing something, mom's talking on the phone, there's all kinds of distractions. So we want to teach them how to focus their eyes, focus their mind, and then next week we're going to teach them how to focus their body. Make sure you kind of do this through the entire class, right from beginning when you do the power moves to the techniques, and then to wrap up at the end. Now is a good time to have them sit down. This is where you're going to spread your knowledge as a master instructor, and you're going to read the PDF file for week 2. So now you've got a great class. Try to put all the pieces together to get the most out of the Black Belt Excellence. Use the poster, use the worksheets, use the prizes, read some of the worksheets in class, make the kids feel really good about themselves. Send home the Black Belt Excellence sheets to ex-students and to prospective students so they can see what you're doing, because it's all about marking at the same time. When you're teaching punching, blocking, kicking, and now you want to add in life skills, that's important. It's really important to show the parents that you have a plan. We're just not doing this by accident, but we have a plan, and every single month we're working on a different aspect of Black Belt Excellence. Enjoy the month, and I'll be back next week, and we'll talk about focusing the body.